Evidence that rude bosses make work way worse. We've all seen the Hollywood portrayal of the screaming, angry boss that gets shit done by yelling. Gordon Ramsay perfected this move in Hell's Kitchen. But it's 2023. If you are yelling or screaming or belittling or in any way being rude to your staff, you need to stop right now. And if you can't stop, you should step down, hang it up, find a new profession. You are doing way more harm than any good. And there's plenty of research to support this as being a real problem. What actually happens when people experience or even witness terribly rude behavior or yelling or any form of incivility is the amygdala in the brain causes us to go to flight or fight mode. But if we're at work, we can't run and hide and we can't fight. What often happens is we're stuck and now have a flood of thoughts and emotions that's often paralyzing. Behavioral scientist and author Christine Parath actually studied a range of experiments, exposing volunteers to scenes of incivility and then ran various performance tests. She compared results to those who were not exposed to uncivil behavior, and what she found was those witnessing rudeness and incivility, they didn't even have a direct interaction. They just watched it happen. They had reductions in cognitive ability in a variety of tasks. Their overall performance went down by 30%. She also saw reductions in their creativity and their capacity for memory. These were folks who simply witnessed a scene of rude, uncivil behavior and did not experience it directly. In the workplace, this not only impacts those directly in the firing line, but any employees or customers who witness. These experiences are directly aligned to turnover of employees and customers losing brand loyalty and moving on. The term toxic to describe bosses or work environments sounds extreme, but it's actually rather fitting. Studies indicate that those who experience or even witness incivility carry that rude, uncivil behavior with them and demonstrate that incivility to others out in the world. Similar to a virus, uncivil behavior can spread as those who witness rudeness are more likely to demonstrate rude, uncivil behavior. Even if employees don't leave or quit, rudeness can still have huge consequences for the work environment. As rude behavior spreads and becomes pervasive, trust evaporates and people shut down as people now operate from a place of fear. Terribly rude interactions can have long-lasting impacts, with many victims of this carrying the scars for years, even decades. And the biggest problem is that most don't even realize that they are doing this, as they overall lack self-awareness. Studies by behavioral scientist Tasha Eurich indicated that although 95% of study participants indicate that they are rather self-aware, she found that only 10 to 15% of people are truly self-aware of their behavior and how others perceive them. There's a huge disconnect in self-awareness, and unfortunately most behaving rudely are simply not aware of their behavior and how it's impacting others. So what do you do if you're a victim of a toxic, rude boss or coworker? Christine Parath shares that beyond people just being more aware of how they are behaving, the best offense to this problem is a strong defense. What you can do to combat incivility is actually build a strong immunity to the virus of uncivil behavior. That's things like having self-care techniques, being future focused and optimistic about your future, and focusing on what you have control over in these situations. Try not to carry that uncivil behavior forward into future interactions. Main takeaway is, if you are being rude in the workplace, stop now. You are causing way more harm than any good. No one deserves to be treated that way. You are not motivating employees to work harder or be more dedicated. You are making situations much worse with long-lasting implications, and you're not being a leader.